So there you go.
Oh,
How
there
you
you
doing,
are.
guys?
All right, and how are you?
You know, I'm doing great. It's just, you know, I prefer when a plan comes together. And I know this computer will eventually catch up to me, so we're going to have a little fun. At least I like to think so. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about video. And actually, we're going to talk a lot about video. And what I thought is today I would start and cover the basics, like what's it all about, what's the point, why bother? And then we'll look at some of the tools and toys. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to practice our skills and get a little better at putting the pieces together. Because this is an adventure that
to unmute your line, press star 6 or pound 6.
5 years, and I've learned a lot of things that you can do well and a lot of things you can do poorly. It's a lot of trial and error, which kind of makes it fun. Having a bit of hair day. So hopefully you'll find it interesting and that you're considering adding this to part of your business one way or another, because there is a demand. And that's exactly where we're going to start today. So my assumption is that maybe you've been a little hesitant at considering video, using it. You don't want to be on the camera. You don't know where to begin. You don't know the toys, the tools, and maybe you don't have a budget for it. So your budget can be kind of whatever turns you on. It can be nothing. You already have some great tools that will allow you to do some great video. And then you can always go and get into something else and buy more material, more equipment, and you'll find it just gets a little more complicated the more that you add. So you can decide on your level of excitement, jump in, and then build your way from the bottom to the top. So I came up with a couple of resources for you, and naturally the first place that we're going to look is always going to be YouTube. YouTube's been around now for about 8 years. The thing many people don't realize is that, you know, 8, 10 years ago, there was a large following. Today, still available, more vibrant than ever, and still free. The amount of video being consumed on a daily basis is absolutely staggering, and it's just continuing to go up. And the thing that we know is the vast majority is being consumed through a mobile device. So when we look at some resources that are out there right now, how about from Huffington Post, one of the trendiest articles on or news suppliers on the internet, 7 reasons to use video in 2004. And I totally recommend this one to you. I will put this link on YouTube with the archived version of this. So if you have an interest in this article, want to follow up and read it further, more power to you. But the great thing, we're watching the weather this morning. Gets a little redundant after a while, but the one thing we have is that everybody has a live camera crew standing in the snow with a ruler and showing you that there's 8 inches of snow. I have a shovel, and I just went outside, and I will verify that there are at least 8 inches of snow on my sidewalk. Didn't take my ruler. I think I'm okay. So they're adding that because it becomes a powerful storytelling medium, as it says here. You know, picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, video is a stream of pictures going off at 60 frames a second. So very powerful medium, especially if you point it in the right way, in the right direction, and capture a story, and that you create a story. Number 2, it's easy to use. Number 3 is the one that I really want you to pay attention to, video consumption. I don't know who your buyer pool is, who you'd like to capture, but here's the top tip for the day. In 2015, 90% of web video consumption will come from a group that's 18 to 34 years old. I don't think anything's going to happen over the next year, so I'd say probably right now that only 80% of it is being consumed by them. It's only going to get bigger. You know, you look at everybody, they've got they're slumped over, they've got their keyboard in their face, they're watching video, they're watching NFL Live. Everybody is streaming something to their portable device, to their cell phone. So the small screen has really become the really key area in this. So video consumption, and if anyone paid any attention last week, you know that in 2014, this year, about the middle of the year, we expect internet consumption, all the minutes people are surfing the web, that this is the year that that mobile breaks through, and there will be more data consumed on a mobile connection than through a desktop. Now that's just an incredible statistic in my mind, simply because you imagine all the businesses, all the data that's being consumed, the hospitals, everybody's got a device. There's so much data whirling around the world, and the vast majority, for the first time ever, will be going through a portable device. Now that does include your iPad, but it's largely your mobile phones and any of the tablets. So people want to be on the move, and they're consuming a vast amount of internet because they're consuming largely video. So like I told a lunch group yesterday, you don't have to do any of this. But who do you want to market your properties? Would you like it to be you, or are you willing to give that up to somebody else that's going to figure out a way how to turn something that you've provided into a video? They're going to stream it on their page. They're going to capture your customer and sell them to you. So if you're okay with that model, live it up. Sit back, let it happen, and I've sit in enough meetings to know that there's plenty of people saying, well, why don't we just let Zillow do that? Why don't we let Trulia? Nothing against those platforms, but all of you know I have control issues when it comes to this business. I want to be in charge of my data, my leads, my listings, what's being told to the world about my property. Number 4 is kind of fun, and I'm not here to promote one phone over another. However, what we see here is that the iPhone 5S, I became an iPhone user a little more than a year ago. I went to an iPhone platform primarily because of its video and photography capabilities. The 5S has built-in recording, slow motion, and editing capabilities built right into your video section. Now, I haven't done anything with slow motion, but I got to tell you, if I had it available, I'd be playing with it. Guess who will probably have a 5S when his contract comes up, and that's coming up this year. Customer conversion, we know that video has the ability to convert people. You can put a call to action. You can add so many different features into it, and we'll cover some of those in later segments. This is intended to be a program that's going to run over several weeks for you when we get into this video section where we are now. Remember, my Tuesday segments, the app of the week, are going to be video apps. Here we're going to talk about the nuts and bolts, creating it, putting it together, using some of the tools, maybe using no tools, storing it online through something like my YouTube page, where we have currently, I don't know, 30-ish, about 30 videos right now. They've had tremendous views, so I appreciate everybody tuning in and seeing what we've got going on. So just stay tuned. We're just going to be adding to it just like today. Social tools, one of the beautiful things here, we can take this and we can take our video and store it in so many places. So if you're an Instagram user, no matter what your platform is, you can integrate video. Facebook is paying attention. As you scroll through the Facebook pages right now, anybody notice that the videos now auto-execute? So that's kind of an interesting little phenomenon. Now, the thing to remember, when you upload a video to Facebook, it's in a format which is a flash player. So when I access it, or when a consumer accesses it using an iPhone or an iPad, any Apple device, those videos don't run. So I actually find it kind of annoying that the videos auto-execute, but from a marketing standpoint, and they're loving it simply because I don't have to wait for you to click on it, it's just going. So the first 2-3 seconds of that video should really hit you hard, because I've got to make you stop as you're scrolling by and pay attention to the rest of my video. Just a thought. So the social platforms are all embracing video. Twitter, what a great way to get more out of a 140-character tweet. Add a video. Take them off to another world, tell them your story. And finally, sharing and distribution, which is exactly what we're talking about. Things like YouTube, Vimeo, and many other platforms will host these things. They do it for free. Naturally, there's advertising for their sponsors involved. Got to pay for it somehow. But it's an intriguing platform, and you can take a lot of control. And I got to tell you, you can win all day long in appointments by simply saying the word video, much less than doing a video. Here's an interesting statistic, and this gives you that 90% of web video consumption in that 18 to 34-year-old crowd. Now we're going to try something here today. We'll run a little video, and in the midst of this program, and see what you think. I'll apologize for the sound quality because it is what it is. We're working with a live mic, but I think you'll get the point. So I hope you found that a little interesting. I think it's kind of fun, and why not use a video to get our point across on video today. I'm going to shift gears here for a second, and there we go. Welcome back to me. So today I'd like to show you a lot of tools, and I'm surrounded by junk here that I've progressed, like I said, over the last easily 5 years. I have over 500 videos online for a number of different reasons. Hope you find it interesting to see the progression of equipment. I know many of you have attended my programs over the years, and so you all remember this little guy. This was my second flip camera. And love these because high definition video. They were $100, $150, and push two buttons and off you go. Came with its own editing software. What's not to love? It was just a fun little tool and super simple. Called it Flip because the USB would pop right out of the side. You plugged it into the computer, it downloaded the videos, installed the software, allowed you to do edits, share it directly to Facebook, to YouTube. It just couldn't be more simple and more self-contained. We ran on 2 AA batteries, and I have hundreds of hours of video and clips of these things long before they started strapping these things to their heads and doing crazy stuff on YouTube. What I discovered, there's 2 elements to doing a great video. Now, the first element is the video and having a compelling story that you're going to tell. The second thing is the audio needs to be great. The YouTube camera, or the flip camera, that was the drawback. There was no way to integrate or tie the audio together with the camera. What we needed was an external port that allowed us to plug in some additions. So my second buy, and this one really did a lot of heavy work for me, actually recorded my wedding one day in the Ocean City 3 years ago. This one here is a Kodak Touch camera. Again, $150. Pick them up at Kmart. Not any big deal at all. But this, again, high definition, wide body format, and it works just like your iPhone. Just simply touch the screen in the back and you're recording, you're playing. You can adjust some of the elements, whether you like black and white. You could have taken still shots with this. These cameras are so light sensitive. My constant comment is I just think it creates light. These newer cameras are so light sensitive, you can get great shots in a dark room. But the real key piece to this, it had a port on the top, and we could plug in a microphone, and it would even ask you, is that a microphone or a headphone? We'd select microphone, and now we had a direct connection to go ahead and add a lapel mic and simply flip it on, and here we go. Once again, had an integrated lithium battery so we can charge this up, get a couple hours worth of video content on one chip. Just an amazing little tool. And until about, well, less than a year ago, actually up to about 3 months ago, this one was getting a lot of use every week in a number of areas that I do work. So a Kodak Touch, these have been discontinued. You might find them on eBay. They are still an incredible value, 1080 HD. So the wide body, high definition video format that works from the TVs today, and just like my little camera here online, high definition format. $150 back in the day, probably can pick them up for half of that somewhere on eBay as people are liquidating these. Kodak decided to get out of the video business for whatever reason, and what a shame, but what a great tool. Another thing that you might consider, you know, everybody loves a great video shot from a camera that's glued to somebody's head if you're like 15. For our business purposes, don't think you really want to be that guy that's running around with a camera on your head walking through a house. You want more of a steady shot. So you can decide on your level of excitement there, how much equipment you want to carry around. But how about a nice tripod? You certainly want something that's got some stability and some weight to it, a lot of adjustments. You want to do things quick and easily. This one has the ability to be a single leg tripod, so I could walk into your house and easily film my video, just stop, take a quick scan, take a shot, and move on. You're looking at about $50 to $100 to a unit like this. They make units a lot less. So you get too light, and you're going to find they'll fall over. They'll be unstable. They won't have the adjustments that you want, but a great tripod. So we're looking at taking a really basic camera, and if you're doing the math with me, we've spent more on accessories than we have on the camera to get some great video. Another area that you're going to want to get into is going to be some editing software. Every computer, and I apologize, I've lost my toolbar on mine, but every computer comes with a built-in editing software. It's called Windows Movie Live. It's a kind of limited editor. You will find that it eats a lot of memory, so I've recently upgraded the amount of RAM in my computer so I can work it much more quickly and be able to do my edits. So it allows me to piece things together. I can add still shots to my moving video. I can trim out dead spots on the video. I can trim the ends, which will be the most important feature. I can do some transitions. And if you've been watching my archive versions the last several weeks, they've all been done in Movie Maker. So Windows Movie Maker, it's installed on your computer. It's free. It's a little limited, but then again, you're just starting out. So you might find it to be real adequate for my purposes here, super adequate, super quick. And I'll be using it in about an hour to massage this video and put it online for everybody else. So we've got all the major components covered. We've got the camera. We've talked about the audio, which is so important. We talked about a nice stable shot, keeping it nice and even and level. There's a lot of tools that you can add, but we want to keep it simple and keep it basic for you. And then we have the tripod, so you can run around and come in and actually you'll look like a total pro if you show it with a tripod. Your owners are going to love it. I have 3 different versions working right now. I showed you my large one, which is now designed to handle a heavier camera. I've got an adjustable one, which is kind of fun and holds my webcam, and it's super light, so that's kind of fun. And then I have a little tabletop version, so if I ever want to do something that, you know, I just need that third hand, it works out really well. Again, too small, too light for a lot of the things I'm doing these days. So if you really want to get impressive with someone, you whip out the DSLR. And the majority of the new DSLRs all have a video capability. They have a lot of features. Canon has a great line. I'm personally working with a T4i. Bought this about a year ago. It has a number of great features. Here's one to watch out for. The vast majority of the better DSLRs will limit you to a 15-minute video. So depending on your purpose, you might find them to be a little limiting. And then the funny thing will be that for $150, you can shoot a longer and sometimes better video. So it all depends on your purpose, like everything. When you're buying this equipment, make sure you have your end game. What is your goal? What do you want to do? The DSLR is great, gives me incredible functionality, gives me incredible control over videos. And quite frankly, I use it 10% of the time for the stuff I do. It's just too involved. But if I totally want to impress somebody, I set my tripod up, throw the Canon on top, and they really think that this is going to be special. These other cameras can be just a little lightweight, and they look more like toys. The end result, though, fantastic, so you need to get over that one somehow. So where do I shoot? If those are the cameras that I've been using, have been known to use, so what has become my camera of choice? I told you I went to an iPhone about a year ago, well, I guess coming up on 2 years. Main reason, the ability to take pictures, take quality video. You have an 8-megapixel lens on here. Now, if you think back 2-3 years ago, to get to 8 megapixels, you were spending hundreds of dollars, if not close to $1,000. Today, it's built into your camera. Into your phone. I treat it as a camera because I do so much video work. So today, it's built in. It's an accessory. It's a given. And the field of apps, the assortment of apps that you can get into for video work today, simply using your iPhone is incredible. So between the apps and the lens quality and the fact that I have it in my pocket anyway, is the reason that I selected the iPhone to go forward. So how do we marry that to some of the features that we've already been playing with? Well, you know, those are called accessories too. And if you'd see my table, you'd laugh. I'm just surrounded by junk. So one of the features that I've discovered is, if you saw my class in October at our business conference, you saw this one. Came up with a camera shell that I can put over my iPhone. And it's simply a sleeve, comes apart, and allows us to turn an iPhone into you look like a tourist. It even came with a little neck strap if you want to really do a touristy on me. But one of the great features about this, first, I have a shutter button. So if I really need to simulate a camera experience, I have a button right here. It fits over my existing iPhone, so I have the whole viewable area in the back. So it's going to give you one of the biggest viewers you're going to find, which will become important to you. It allows me to add a shoe to the bottom, so it's going to mount to a tripod. I can plug in a headset, and so I have quality sound, and all of my little microphone sets will work with this. And the one that's mostly really super important right in the center here, you're going to see there's a mirror. So when you're ready to take that selfie out in the field, you're going to line it up. It's going to be perfect every time because you're centered with the mirror. So what's not to love? If that's not enough for you, we do know that this lens is kind of a standard lens. So maybe you'd like to do some wide angle, some fisheye stuff. Well, we're going to have some lenses that we can add right into this and simply swap them out. And I can go to wide angle telephoto, or I can do fisheye photography. You're going to get a kick out of this. This one will demonstrate in detail next week when I have my computer synced up and allow me to use a little more of my gadgets for you. So we're going to take an iPhone, we're going to turn it into a camera more or less, and we're going to start to use many of the features. I think you're going to find this fun. If you're into taking photography, the iPhone already has tremendous features built into it. If you're really not into photography, that's okay. Maybe you just want to do video, some great features, and we know if you're sitting there with a 5S, you've got slow motion ability, and I'm totally jealous. But we can do panoramic pictures. We can do video. We can capture video in a number of different formats. We can massage it through apps. I've got some fun little apps that we're going to take you from start to finish, create a video on a topic, and I'd say in 5 minutes or less. As long as you have a clear idea of what you want to do, we'll run out and capture some art, some photos, and we'll have you creating a video in just a matter of minutes that's going to be high quality, going to be fun. And once again, it's going to be totally impressive to your owner. You can create a video simply by walking up, taking 2 or 3 exterior pictures, getting an exterior picture of maybe the community entrance sign, 1 or 2 local features that you have there, a few of the pictures stashed in your camera. You can turn it into a neat little video right at their kitchen table within a minute or two and say, here's a video that I would create to put your property online today when you sign right here. Totally impressive. It's totally simple. It is totally free. And you might be the only guy in the room that's even talking about it, but I guarantee you, your owners have an interest in having that piece of marketing for their property. And what a great demographic to say, I'm trying to reach the 18 to 34 year buying public, first home buyer, if that home is suitable for that group. You'll know for your market. In order to do that, I'm using video. My video will look like this. Turn the camera around and run the video and just absolutely blow them away. So that's my goal, to help you get through all this. I think I've shown you all my toys. Maybe not all of them. You know, there's always the wireless setup. So if you have a wireless lapel, Mike, you don't want to see cords. You don't want any limitations. I'm on a first-name basis with the guys at Radio Shack. I'm there all the time buying a new cable, buying a new microphone. We're about to do a series of interviews with some builders. Builders love this one, by the way. They get to talk about their product. They get to talk about their quality proposition in their properties. They just can't resist this one. You should try that one on an appointment sometime. Be ready to back it up. Like I said, we're going to tackle an app or 2 that we're going to make you look like a rock star. I've just downloaded and became aware of 3 new apps that I'm testing right now that you're going to see over the next couple weeks. So make sure you tune in, come back again, and we'll see what we can do to get you active in the video field, get out there with the billions of videos that are being viewed constantly. You know, the last statistic I heard, there are 48 hours. There's 2 full days of video being uploaded to YouTube every minute of every day. So you can't convince me that it's not important. A lot of the announcements I do about things these days are videos. We get great reviews. We get great acceptance. It's a great way to promote your events, to promote whatever it is that you're about to do, open house, whatever. I hope you take advantage of it. I'm going to open up your phone lines, see if there's any questions for me today. May not get to them today, but I'd be glad to address them over the next couple of weeks. And I hope that you all come back and we do this again. Any questions out there? All right, well, hearing none, I'm going to thank you for your time today, guys. And this is John Tice. I'll be back in a week. Be back on Tuesday with my first video app. I'll be back next Thursday, and we're going to make a video. Hopefully there won't be snow in it, but that's okay too. So thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you again. Have a great day.
Thank
Enjoy
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks a lot, everyone.